Very warm welcome to my class 12 student. Today again we will start the next part of electricity or current and electricity. Okay. So student, today we will start the topic devices. Okay. Devices. So the different devices of electric circuit we have to remember, but first we will cover up the few ones. Okay. So in the devices student, first I will take the basic concept of Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge. Clear? Then we will cover up simple devices which is galvanometer, and the galvanometer is again break up into two forms student. One is ammeter and second is voltmeter. Then we will move to student potentiometer and its applications, and again the Wheatstone bridge and its application. Clear to you? So we have to cover up, this is the basic part. Then also many devices is there students, such as rheostat, battery. So these are the small ones which we can cover in a very fast manner. So first thing we will cover up the basic topic, that is Wheatstone bridge. So now you have to understand what is Wheatstone bridge student, and how we can create Wheatstone bridge, and what is the application of Wheatstone bridge in an electric circuit. Clear? So if you will see the Wheatstone bridge student, it is an arrangement of 4 resistors. It basically contain 4 resistors. So very fast manner I will show you the diagram. This is the battery. You can connect like this, then you can take like this, or you can take this one straight. Okay, straight. Here you take galvanometer. Now you connect like this, make little bit small gap. Now you join like this, join it. Okay, again you take one another point here, it is easy for us to do. Then take one resistor, join it like this. Then here again student, take one resistor, join like this, and again take one resistor, join like this. Okay, so getting these two ending you can join. Clear to you? Okay, now this is the EMF of a battery or cell student. You can put the current direction like this. Okay, it is, and one thing you will remember student, this is one point. Okay, so once the current entering two part, it divided into two forms. Suppose here the current direction is I1, you can take current I1, and here is, and the main current is I. When I is entering, is split into two forms student. One is I1, another is I minus I1. Clear to you? After the student, this is a galvanometer. So you can take galvanometer resistance Ig. You can name this resistance as student P, this one as Q, this resistance R, and this S. Okay, in the end point your name is at A, B, C, D. Clear to you? Then yes, here the current I entering is I1, here is I minus I1. Now if we will enter, suppose the current here like this, it is entering student, so entering is Ig. So how much is the current at this side? You can take this one I minus Ig. Clear? And again the current, once it entering like this, means this current is entering is this chamber, right, this part. So here nothing but I minus I1 plus Ig. Now you will think that why madam is taking like this. And one thing you have to remember, the amount of current entering is the same amount of current should be come out. Clear? So you see here I minus Ig, if I will add this 2, what is that? This is negative I1, right? This is negative I1 student, and this is positive I1. Okay, this is positive I1. So negative positive will cancel. Then this is minus Ig, this is plus Ig. So it will be cancelled. Now you will left with only I. So this is a rule which should be satisfied. The amount of current entering in the circuit is the same amount of current should be leave out from the circuit. Clear to you? Okay. Now we will take one loop student. Any one loop you can consider. Suppose this is one loop like this I will take, and this is the second loop like this I will take. Clear to you? So suppose the first loop I am taking student A, B, D, A. Okay, A, B, D, A. Now if you will remember the rules what I have taught you in the last video, that is if the arrow mark is going along with the resistance, it should be taken negative. If the arrow mark is going along or opposite path which you are considering, it will be taken as positive. So see what loop I have taken: A, B, D, A. If you will see A to B, the arrow is going with us. B to D, arrow is going with us. But in D to A, arrow is going opposite to us. So this we will take negative, this we will take negative. But when we are going to D to A, we will consider as positive voltage. Clear? Okay. Now you tell me minus IR. I is how much? A to B. I1, resistance is P. Okay. Then you are going to B to D. What is your resistance? You can consider resistance as capital G and current is Ig. But this should be plus 12. Why? When we are going to D to A, the arrow mark is opposite to our path. So we will take positive R. Your resistance is R and your current is I minus I1. That is equal to 0 because some net current in the circuit, net current in the loop, I have told you from any junction the net current will be 0. Okay. The way the current is going, the way the current is leaving. Clear? Now second loop I will take, see, B, C, D, B. Okay. That is B, C, D, B. Check it out again. B to C, C to D, D to B. Clear to you, student? So B to C, see, B to C, it is going along with us. B to C, the arrow mark is going along with us. So it should be taken minus. Your resistance is Q, current is I1 minus Ig. Clear? Now you see C to D, whether arrow is with you or opposite, the arrow is like this, student. So C to D, the arrow is opposite to us. So we will take plus. Okay, see, my path is C to D, right? But the arrow is towards C, D to C. So you will take positive. Positive, how much is the resistance, student? S I minus I1 plus Ig. Clear to you? Then again I will go D to B. See, arrow is coming down, we are going up. So again this should be positive. How much it is? Ig, G is equal to 0. Now one thing you will remember, the bridge is said to be balanced, student. Bridge said to be balanced only if when potential VB is equal to VD. See, the potential of this point is equal to the potential of this point. Then we can say that Wheatstone V is perfectly balanced. Clear? So now we will consider, suppose my potential VB is equal to VD when galvanometer show no deflection, that is 0 deflection, when you are also not passing the current, right? So you have to see the null deflection. This is known as null deflection when you are not passing any current, but the potential difference between two junction is same. Means you are, suppose you are putting one jockey, right? What is a jockey? Jockey is a pen structure like device which you are putting on the wire, and when you will see that the galvanometer does not showing any deflection when you are putting the jockey. The place where galvanometer not showing any deflection, student, means suppose I will put, suppose this is my scale, my dear student. This is one scale. This scale is of made of a wire, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Suppose I am moving my pen at 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, every places some deflection will be there, right? But where you will put your pen nib and when galvanometer will remain constant, it is not showing any type of deflection, that point you will tell us it is a null deflection, means galvanometer not showing any deflection, and that point we will consider my potential difference between two junction is remaining same. So if you will consider like this, you take Ig is 0, right? Where it is there. So this position Ig is there, student, you consider as 0. So what is the value, you tell me? Now you consider, student, Ig is 0, right, in this equation. So what is the equation become? Suppose this is my equation 1. I will take my Ig is 0. This part will be remain 0. The value is minus I1P plus R. I minus I1 is equal to 0, right? Now second equation, you see here Ig you take 0. So the equation became how much? Can you tell me? Minus I1Q plus this part is 0 student, this part is completely 0 plus S I minus I1 is equal to 0, right? You will get these two equation like this student, and you can consider this equation also like this. Suppose I1P is equal to R I minus I1 and I1Q is equal to S I minus I1. Now you divide this equation. Suppose this is equation A, this is equation B. While dividing, how much you will get student? That is P by Q is equal to R by S. See? This will be cancelled, this will be cancelled, and you will left out with P by Q is equal to R by S, right? So this is the balance part what we say in the Wheatstone bridge. Clear? Now moving forward student, what we will see that this is the advantage. This method is very much important. Advantage, if I will say, the advantage of this method is that this method does not involve, right? This method does not involve any measurement of I and B, means I and B. So it does not mean that there is more important you can measure the value of I and B. Basically this method is used to measure the value of resistivity, conductivity. So these value or unknown resistance, okay. This method is basically used to measure the unknown resistance, measure the resistivity or conductivity, okay. So there is no measurement of current and voltage, okay. Second is, it is a null method student. It is a null method means what? Internal resistance or the resistance of the galvanometer can be balanced and it does not affect, okay. So we cannot affect the galvanometer value of resistance, okay. Now second point is that on which factor this Wheatstone bridge value depend upon, okay. You can say on which factor the unrolled resistance of a Wheatstone bridge is depend upon. So the resistance of Wheatstone bridge can be depend upon student basically two factor. One is the EMF and G, means if you will change the value of EMF of the cell or you can change the value of galvanometer, then the resistance of the Wheatstone bridge is ultimately affected. Clear? Now second thing is the magnitude of resistance of a wire, how much you have considered. Clear? So this is a factor on which the Wheatstone bridge depend upon, okay. And one important thing you have to remember is Wheatstone bridge is highly sensitive, right? It means if you will change a very small value of galvanometer student, the value of Wheatstone bridge is completely changed, okay. So it is very sensitive instrument. Clear to you? Okay, so you can, if you will change slight value of resistance, clear, suppose I can change 0.2 value of resistance in the galvanometer in a Wheatstone bridge student, it automatically changes, it will show a large deflection in the galvanometer. So very minute change in resistance can create a large deflection in the galvanometer. Clear to you? Now we will come to the application of Wheatstone bridge. Application of Wheatstone bridge. Okay, so what is the application of Wheatstone bridge student? What is the application of Wheatstone bridge? First is that it is used to measure the, it is used to measure the conductivity. Second is resistivity, and third is unknown resistance in a given device. Okay, so first I will focus on the unknown resistance, then I will move to the conductivity, then we will move to the resistivity. Okay, so first how you can calculate the resistance in a Wheatstone bridge. Clear? So let us see one simple diagram, then I will tell you. Okay, see the diagram. See, this is the diagram student. Here suppose this is one wire I have kept. What is the wire? AC. AC is the wire. This is a jockey student. The point which you are seeing, it is a jockey. Jockey is something like a pen like structure. With the jockey I have connected one galvanometer. Clear to you? Now here you see a resistance box. Here resistance box, what is contained, student? It contain many key. Okay, so what happened? Suppose these are the 6 key in the resistance box. It is 1 ohm, this is value is 2 ohm, 5 ohm. The value, suppose I will remove 5 ohm, means the circuit containing 5 ohm resistance. So the key which you will remove, that is the value as a resistance. This is the shunt resistance. What is shunt resistance, student? Shunt means it is a very thin wire. Okay, it is a very thin wire of low resistance which you can connect in any circuit to create a resistance. Clear to you? Now what I will do, student, with the jockey, suppose I will put one jockey point at A and C. Like this I will move. So what I am doing, I am moving my jockey from A to P. Clear? This is the first point where I have put my jockey from A to P. Then I will move my jockey from P to C. Clear to you? The length of the wire, student, is taken as L. So from where to where, my dear student? From A to P the length of wire is L. From P to C the wire is 100 minus L. So what is the total length of the wire? It is nothing but 100 centimeter. Clear to you? Again I will repeat, my dear student. The jockey, first I will keep from A to P point, then I will keep from P to C point. The distance of A to P I will take as L. The distance from P to C I will take 100 minus L. Clear to you? Understood? Now let us find out. So what is the first function, student? First we will find out the unknown resistance. First our aim is to find out unknown resistance. Clear? So formula is nothing but P by Q. What you have find out? R by S. Right? So now but we will take P by Q is equal to resistance of wire of length AJ divided by resistance of wire length J, what I have taken, J C, right? Yeah, you can check it out again, student. Check AJ with JC. Clear? AJL JC, what is that? 100 minus L. So we will do how much? See, P by Q is equal to AJ, length of AJ by length of JC. What is AJ? AJ is L. What is JC? 100 minus L. Clear to you? So here suppose Q is the unknown resistance, student. The P value you know. So Q is equal to nothing but 100 minus L by L into P. So this is the value of unknown resistance. So Q is the unknown resistance in a Wheatstone bridge. So you have to find out the unknown resistance of our Wheatstone bridge. Clear to you? So this is the first aim. Second aim, student, I have told you we have to find out what? We have to find out the resistivity. Okay, so resistivity. How we will find a resistivity? You all know that R is equal to rho L by A. This everyone know, okay? That current electricity, first part I have told you. Rho is resistivity, L is the length, and student A is the area. So basically if you will take wire, if I will cut wire into thin pieces, student, it is something like circle structure. Clear? So the area of a wire we will always take as pi r square. Clear to you? So what is the rho value, student? Rho is nothing but R into pi r square by L. So what is R here? R is resistance. Which resistance? Unknown resistance. And you already got the value of unknown resistance, see here. Okay, so you will put this value at this position of R, you will get the answer of resistivity. Third is, student, conductivity. Conductivity is nothing but opposite rho is equal to 1 by sigma. So you put the value rho is equal to 1 by sigma. sigma is equal to 1 by rho. You know the value of rho is how much, student? L by r into pi r square. So like this you will get the answer of resistivity, conductivity as well as unknown resistance of an Wheatstone bridge. Now I will move to student. I have told you some very small concepts which I will move. Second is battery. What is battery, student? Battery is nothing but it provide constant voltage with smaller value for small experiment. Okay, so battery I cannot take large value of voltage. I can consider very constant value, because if you see one battery, student, we cannot change the voltage of a battery, right? So it is always provide us some few constant value of voltage in an experiment if you will apply in any circuit. Okay, second is, student, rheostat. Second is rheostat. What is rheostat, student? Rheostat is a device which help in changing the resistance. Okay, how you will know rheostat? You will see one wire is like this and one arrow is lighting in the circuit. If like this system is given, student, you can understand it is nothing but rheostat, which is used to change the resistance of an circuit. Clear to you? Now we will move to one important thing. What is that, student? That is, what is galvanometer, right? So this is a most important topic. Even all the topic in current electricity is very much important, if I will say, but galvanometer is another thing which is very much important. So what is galvanometer? It is a simple device, okay, which measure current in very small amount. So galvanometer is a device, student, through which I can measure the current, but the current value should not be large. Very small amount of current you can measure. Okay, now second thing is that through galvanometer I can prepare two devices. One is ammeter and another is voltmeter. So if you will see the symbol of galvanometer is something like round structure, in between you can write 0. Okay, so how I can create through galvanometer two devices? One is, student, ammeter and another is voltmeter. So how I can create ammeter or voltmeter through a galvanometer, right? So first of all, student, if I want to create ammeter by the help of galvanometer, what I have to do, student? Suppose I am taking one wire of resistor through which current